Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Still, obviously, we are talking about Hurricane Dorian just off the Carolina coastline. The eye wall basically right up against the coastline of South Carolina as it's working its way on to the northeast right now. It's going to continue as we go through today to turn a little bit more out of a northeasterly movement, and then it's going to start to pick up some more forward speed as well as it gets caught more up into those westerlies. But a well-defined eye at this point. Hurricane reconnaissance flight, they've been flying in the system this morning. They're seeing that ice about 40 miles in diameter. Winds right now sitting at about 110 miles an hour. So still causing surge along the coastline, some very heavy rain. It's also been causing quite a few tornadoes up into North Carolina throughout the morning hours. We've had a couple of confirmed tornadoes, some pretty significant, some strong tornadoes coming down on this northern side of this storm. But you can see it continues to really maintain itself pretty well, pretty good structure with this storm, even though we're still seeing some of that drier air working its way in. You notice on that west and southwestern side, that's another little area of some dry air starting to work its way towards the center. But so far, every time it gets some of this dry air, it tends to deal with it. It may choke it a little bit, but it seems to be rebounding from these little infiltrations of dry air. So here's the 11 a.m. advisory, 32.5, 79.1. Top winds right now, they're sitting at 110 miles an hour. It's moving to the northeast at 8 miles an hour. So watch it works its way along the coastline. Notice how close it is to the coast. As we go through this afternoon, this is either going to be sitting right on the coastline or it may briefly make its way on shore, especially up towards North Carolina, then across the Outer Banks. Even if it doesn't make its way on shore, which at this point is really just kind of a technicality, whether it's onshore or offshore at this point, it's still going to cause a lot of issues with the storm surge and then the heavy rain and the strong winds. Remember, the strongest winds, they're on that eastern side. So yes, the winds are 110, but we're keeping those 110 mile an hour winds offshore, but still looking at some hurricane force winds right along the coastline. Now, here's the extent of the winds. Remember the yellow shade, that's tropical storm force, and then where you see the red shade, that is the hurricane force winds. So we're seeing some of these hurricane force winds along the coastline, works its way up through Wilmington and then into the Outer Banks as we go through tomorrow, and that's when it works its way out into the Atlantic. So other than that, we also have some other areas where we're watching well across out into the eastern Atlantic. We've got Gabrielle. That is a tropical storm. No concerns with that one. That will continue to work its way onto the northwest and then recurve back into the northeast. A couple other areas into the middle Atlantic, and then we just continue to watch more of these tropical waves working their way off the coast of Africa. So here is Gabrielle. Winds right now 50 miles an hour. A lot of shear over this storm, so it doesn't look healthy at all. Of course, it's not going to be affecting anyone other than some shipping interest as it works its way right through the middle of the Atlantic and eventually turns towards the northeast. So we're going to keep you updated on Dorian right here on myfoxhurricane.com.